Today we're diving into Joe Dispenza's book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. This book combines science and meditation to guide us through a 28-day process of self-transformation. Let's delve into the core concepts and practical methods of this book, embarking on a journey of self-reinvention. First, we need to understand the importance of quantum physics in the process of change. Joe Dispenza tells us that we are part of a vast, invisible field of energy that contains all possible realities and responds to our thoughts and feelings. In other words, we can change our reality by changing our thoughts. Our thoughts have a powerful influence. They can have a tangible impact on reality. If you truly understand this principle, would you waste any day not consciously creating the reality you desire? In the quantum field, we are interconnected with everything. We can influence or be influenced by physical elements without direct contact. Our thoughts and feelings are like electromagnetic signals that propagate in the quantum field. The thoughts we think send out electric signals to the field, while our feelings have magnetic properties that attract events to us. If we want to change certain aspects of our reality, we need to think, feel, and act in new ways, generating different responses to various experiences. Change requires consistency, aligning thoughts and feelings. When your thoughts and feelings are in sync, so are the results. Quantum creation emphasizes feeling grateful before the event occurs. Can you feel gratitude and positive emotions associated with a dream event before it actually happens? Quantum physics suggests that consciousness can directly influence the microscopic world of atoms to some extent, as these elements are essentially composed of consciousness and energy. If you accept the idea that thoughts can influence reality, then logically, to create something different from the norm, you must change your habitual ways of thinking and feeling. To break the habit of being yourself, you must think beyond your current life environment. Most people focus on three elements in life: the environment, the body, and time. To change, you must hold an ideal self in your mind, a role model you can emulate. Our brain is an organ that reflects everything we know about our environment. All the information we encounter in life is stored in our brain's neural connections as knowledge and experience. These memories form our inner environment, significantly influencing our thoughts and behaviors. If we continuously think the same thoughts, do the same things, and feel the same emotions, we solidify our brain into a limited pattern. Every time you react to a familiar reality, you recreate the same consciousness, activating the same neural cells and putting your brain into the same mode. This way, you become a product of your external environment, relinquishing control over your destiny. Through mental rehearsal, we can change our brains just by changing our thinking. Scientific research shows that learning a skill, whether physically or mentally, involves acquiring knowledge, receiving hands-on guidance, paying attention, and repetition. When we mentally rehearse an activity, the neural circuits in our brain self-organize to reflect our goals. For example, mentally rehearsing piano playing can change neural connections in the brain similarly to actual physical practice, even without touching the keys. Every time you generate a thought, a biochemical reaction occurs in the brain. The brain releases specific chemical signals to the body, acting as messengers for that thought. When the body receives these chemical signals from the brain, it immediately follows their instructions, initiating reactions that align with the brain's thoughts. A continuous cycle of thought-feeling and feeling-thought creates a state of being that influences our reality. We often describe ourselves with our current thoughts and feelings, but if we think the same thoughts and feel the same way year after year, we create a stored state of being. Guilt is a common state of being. What happens when we decide to break certain emotional states or change our consciousness? Suppose you frequently feel guilty about something. If a relationship has issues, you end up taking the blame and feeling terrible. Every time you have a guilty thought, you send signals to your body to produce chemicals that create feelings of guilt. The help we need is just a thought away. The next step to breaking the habit of being yourself is understanding how important it is to align consciousness and body and break the chemical chain that traps us in states of guilt, shame, anger, or depression. Currently, less than 5% of diseases are due to single gene abnormalities. Epigenetics studies how external factors control genes, specifically how gene functions change without altering the DNA sequence. Genes can overcome the external environment by changing the internal environment. If we think and feel the same way for a long time, our internal chemical state continually activates the same genes, meaning we keep producing the same proteins. Positive mental states can turn on certain gene series and turn off others. Thoughts have quantifiable effects on the body. Scientific studies have shown that participants who mentally rehearsed an activity increased their muscle strength by 22%, almost equivalent to actual physical training. This demonstrates that thoughts can change the brain and have a direct impact on the body. Living in the present means transcending time and space, but people often remain tied to the past. When you repeatedly recall a memory, the thought, memory, and emotion associated with it merge, and you store that emotion. Our bodily reactions resemble those of addicts because we are addicted to familiar chemical states. To change our personality, we must change those stored emotions and move beyond the past. What happens if we start anticipating unwanted future experiences based on past memories or fixate on extremely negative scenarios? Survival mode is a state of being we are more familiar with and addicted to. Whether it's obsessing over health, scrambling to pay off loans, or lacking time to meet survival needs, most of us are more familiar with the state we call survival. Creative mode is a state of total focus and free-flowing consciousness. When you are truly immersed in creating something, you completely forget yourself. The frontal lobe is the place of creation and change, responsible for considering possibilities, showing determination, making conscious decisions, controlling impulsive behaviors, and learning new things. Through meditation, you can move directly from thinking about your ideal self to becoming that ideal self. All change begins with thought. We can immediately form new neural connections and circuits to reflect the new thoughts we are contemplating. The neocortex is the brain's architect, processing knowledge and experience. The limbic brain is the emotional brain, producing chemicals that help us remember experiences. The cerebellum is the center of the subconscious and plays a crucial role in transforming our lives. Meditation gathers all the information that explains joy, fulfillment, satisfaction, and peace, helping you answer the above questions. In meditation, you extract that knowledge from your brain and equate yourself with it. Once this thought experience transformation occurs, the final result of the experience is always a feeling or emotion. When this result appears, your body doesn't know the difference between an event occurring in physical reality and an emotion created solely by thought. The steps of meditation include induction, recognition, admission and declaration, surrender, observation and reminding, redirecting, creating, and rehearsing. Learning meditation requires a 4-week plan, each step cutting away past habitual states to create new consciousness for a new future. Induction is an essential part of the meditation process and the first step you must master. Each meditation session should begin with it. The induction process occupies the first 20 minutes of each meditation, and you need to turn it into a familiar and comfortable habit. By using body part induction and water rising induction, you can focus your attention on your body, blocking out some sensory environmental inputs. Your brainwave frequency begins to decrease, moving toward the target alpha wave state. Through recognition, admission, and declaration, and surrender, you can begin to eliminate your habitual state of being. Recognition is the first step, involving reviewing your life and seeing your behaviors, emotions, thoughts, and attitudes clearly. Admission and declaration is the second step, loudly acknowledging self-limiting emotions and yielding to wisdom to resolve your limitations or obstacles. Surrender is the third step, accepting and letting go of your past self and welcoming new possibilities. Through observation and reminding, you can identify and delete the memory of the old self. Observe that old self and remind yourself of what you no longer wish to be. Consciously recognize your habitual state of consciousness and recall the details of the old self you no longer want to be. Through meditation, contemplation, and mental rehearsal, cultivate a higher version of yourself. Truly feel the joy of a dream come true before the new future appears. Create new consciousness and practice it repeatedly until you become fully familiar with it. Your new personality should be capable of creating a new reality. In other words, when you become someone else, you naturally have a new life. From a quantum perspective, when we want to create something, this new personality is the best starting point. When your internal neurochemical state becomes highly orderly and consistent, no external stimulus can disrupt your state of being. Your consciousness and body become harmonious and aligned. This state of being is also a new personality, and when you store it in memory, your internal changes will reflect in the external world and personal reality. Demonstrating means being it all day long, moving forward in your new life with new expectations and excitement. Your choices must align with your new state of being. The feedback you receive in life results from the alignment of your state of being, shares energy during the creation process with your state of being, energy during the demonstration process. The feedback you receive in life results from the alignment of your state of being, Chinks energy during the creation process with your state of being, energy during the demonstration process. When you connect everything you do in the implicit world with explicit facts, you are creating results, not living by cause and effect. You are creating reality. Remember to remind yourself to keep your energy at a high level that matches your new self every day. At the end of the day, you can briefly review how you presented the new self. For example, how did you perform today? When did you not perform well? What was the reason? If the above situation happens again, how can you handle it better? When you enter a transparent state, your inner thoughts and feelings will be truly reflected in your external environment. Transparency is a truly powerful state in which you achieve your dream of personal transformation and transcend your current environment and past reality. Our goal is to remove the masks and disguises that block the flow of wisdom, allowing the Tao to manifest unobstructed. By striving to become stronger and seeking answers to greater questions, we inevitably guide ourselves toward a richer destiny. We hope for miracles rather than the worst-case scenario, and live boldly and confidently as if a divine light illuminates our path. What experiences do you hope to have in the future? Sculpt your dream events in your imagination according to your will, and then use the quantum observer method to observe them into physical reality. Make each picture that appears in your mind as clear as possible, hold it for a few seconds, and then send it into the quantum field, turning it into reality. That concludes today's reading. Through this book, we learned how to achieve self-transformation through meditation and scientific methods. I hope you find inspiration, courageously face life's challenges, calmly navigate various emotions and difficulties, and ultimately achieve inner peace and self-improvement. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.